Desirous Contentment by Amber Clement. Inside the fence of my childhood, the grass was green. Pollyanna had everything, until, cast on the outside of friendship, I judged, how dare they? Yet the still small voice nudged, how dare you? My self-absorbed satisfaction had caused others pain, and contentment was revealed as selfishness. The wound birthed a vow to love as I was not, and so I gave and gave, as if this superhuman had no limits. But at the end, finding the loneliness of giving, deciding something was missing, I began to pursue it. I hopped over the fence, or the broom, in search of the green. He was the man of my dream. But just as Eve's disobedience began in the wanting, so mine continued in the searching. He broke my vow. It must be him. Stew, stew, stew. But I won't break another. What can I do to make him change? And to my shame, I tried all the tactics, screaming, pouting, ignoring, nagging, until I had no more tricks. Like my favorite mermaid trapped in a sea of misery, I pined for a different place. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? Someone said, the problem's not the country. I thought, what else could it be? Finally in America, thinking I'd left it all behind. Unpacking my luggage, I couldn't believe the find. I brought the problem, and the problem was me. In my search of contentment, I had chosen misery. She said, well, get used to it, honey. Is that what I should do? Is that what you have done? Was I wrong to pursue? Was I wrong to want a little fun? But God is most glorified in us when we are most satisfied in Him. I must be satisfied. And Paul, you said you discovered the secret. And my hand strangled as I shook your neck. What is it? And the well-known verse is brought to new light. I can do all things through Christ is not about conquering circumstance, but yourself. And now through Christ, the battle begins to fight my heart, my body, and my mind. So once again, but in a whole new way, trying to concoct this recipe, first I must remember that without Christ there is no victory. Oh Lord, I'm sorry for committing adultery, being the bride of Christ but lusting for another. I'm sorry I slapped you in the face when I said I wanted more, as if I needed something else to adore. Although my love was not for the things of the world, my grip was so tight that blood spilled. I'm sorry I thought you had lost control, and like an annoying passenger I had grabbed the wheel. I dug my own cistern and wallowed in the muck. I'm sorry I let my eyes see only the brown. I failed to look up and around. I'm sorry I thought my hate would motivate. After I confess, cleansed of all unrighteousness, I plead, Lord, concoct in me this recipe. Make me content in Thee. Circumcise my heart. Oh God, cut down the idols that tower as I cower in fear of the furnace. Open my eyes to see You as more precious than any diamond this world dangles in my face. Tune my heart to be grateful for the green on my side of the fence. Let me cherish the brown as its contrast enhances the beauty of green. Help me to accept Your gifts, whether they cause comfort or pain, knowing Christ's likeness is what I'll gain. Protect my mind from the lie that dissatisfaction could enhance my circumstance. To think that dissatisfaction could motivate, I saw the product of my hate. Big change of perspective, but something still gotta give. Although my actions look more holy, they're still coming from a heart that wants, holy moly. At the end of myself, I confess, Lord, without You, I'm a miserable mess. I was afraid to say I am content because I thought it meant I have all I need and I couldn't possibly want more. But I wanted what He wanted. How could that be wrong? A good marriage, fruitful ministry, happy kids? And how could I be satisfied with less than perfect? Is that not the goal to His life reflect? Shooting for a goal so high, how could I ever be content till I reach it? Whoa, perfection is something that I can never attain until in heaven with Jesus I remain. It is Christ the faithful who will surely sanctify. My only job is to die. to walk with my Savior one step at a time. My wants are His wants, and it's not a crime, but my wants separate from His like railroad tracks in the distance when I swim away with the enemy. The switch to sin is made in the heart when the desire seeks to be satisfied apart from Christ. Now the desire that burst discontent has been placed in the hands of the one who rent the cloth that separated God and man. He gave His Son's life so I could have the fullest life. According to His riches in glory, my needs will be met. I no longer must strive or fret. I surrender all. I surrender all. All to Jesus I surrender. All to Him I freely give. So now I say, I am content. I have all I need, and when Christ sees fit to give me more, it is Him I will continue to adore. When my groom fails to love the church as Christ and Christ's character reflect, even still I must forgive and respect. Filled with godly sorrow, yet hopeful for tomorrow. No more anger that I didn't get my way, but still hopeful for a better day. Convinced to the core that God is not poor and all His gifts are good. Working to mold me to His image, I will trust Him. And when my anger rises to conform others to His likeness, His tender eyes say, this is not my way. I melt and rest and trust and pray, knowing that He will save the day. Until His wants and my wants are brought to fruition, I will be content to walk in submission, knowing I alone am incapable of accomplishing anything good, even in myself. On every side of the fence there is brown and green, and because God is not mean, I will live on my side of the fence, rejoicing as my fingers touch the green, weeping as the brown tries to kill my dream, but all the while embracing both as a gift from Jesus who holds my hand and gives me strength to stand. And now I discover contentment doesn't make me a stagnant pond, but draws life from the never-ending fountain. What I thought would be the end of love has become the beginning.